What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is Blazer King with King's Critiques, and we're back for ReZero. And the last one, bit of interesting thing or two happened. Uh, Not only did Subaru lose his memory, but apparently there's somebody out to get him. And the question is that person Shala or is it somebody else? Did Gluttony get in somehow? Is the Fox Echidna within Anna going rogue? Or maybe invisible prominence? We don't know yet. Hopefully we find out in this episode, though. You can, like I said last episode, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, whether it be now or later. But we're coming back to what happened at the end of last episode, which is probably going to be another instance of him doing RBD. Because Shala got activated the second he stepped onto that sand outside. So he's about to get eliminated. But that said, that's your recap, and here's your usual reminder, caveats, that sort of thing. Number one, air conditioner's back on, unlike the last episode, because I just went outside to do pogo stuff and, this, that, and the other thing. So I got that back on so I can cool off a little bit, so might be on for just this one and not for the next one. Who knows? We'll see. And of course, hit the like button, subscribe, leave the whole video, and through the watch time, and let's get started, shall we? Okay, why is the first line of the episode "I'm not letting anyone kill me" when he literally was going outside to try to get someone to kill him to see if that RBD thing works? Did the subtitle people forget what happened at the end of the last episode? Meanwhile, he steps outside, sees this, and goes, "Fuck." Okay, well, he didn't get sniped by Shala, but there's this thing again. Unless Melee it still has connection with it and just had it keep watch outside or something. Okay. Good news, Shala saved him again. Is there about to be a bad news of she's about to take him out? Or is she going to rush outside to bring him back in so she doesn't have to do that to him? Not this again. There's some TV static happening in his brain right now. Okay, yeah, I didn't mean for it to be literal. And once again, he is at the very bottom of the tower. Oh god, is he gonna have to run into that fire rescue robot thing again? Oh god, what did he land on? Did he land on the worm's body, or is there something worse down there? Okay, I had just, checked back to see what it was flashing on, and it was just bodies of the various mob beasts that had fallen down in beforehand. Way beforehand, a couple episodes ago. So, at the least, it's not something weird just happened and he, dropped and came back to the point of when he lost his mind and everyone just offed each other. Oh no. Well, he might die down here this time because he's going or through the same path when they all lost their minds. So maybe he'll just, himself. Also, I'm an idiot for what I said the other episode. Apparently it wasn't the bag melting, it was just emptying out the water that was left. I just realized that now that we're going similar pathing from how he did before. So, I will admit to my fault on that one. Why is he glowing this time? Last time he had the same crash out he's having now, valid still. But now he's glowing. Is his inner powers doing something, or was somebody else, that he had abandoned trying to find him? It opened this time! The fuck? Oh, okay, no, that stone door didn't open. He got reset back to there. So I'm not sure if he, got sniped by Shala, or if it teleported him back there as kind of a literal reset. Though, is that better or worse than dying? In this case, who knows? Okay, you might have tried to escape, but bro, think of it this way. You don't have to walk 3 or 4 hours back. So he has the idea to kill whatever killed him the first 2 times, but he doesn't remember what it is. He never saw it, so how does he know what's doing it? which comes into the theorizing we've done of, did some external force get in? Is this Fox Sidna, or is his own body rejecting his current presence? I do know he's losing his goddamn mind. He just imagined all of his friends with an angry looking face. Her, Melee, Julius, Ram, Anna. However, before Amelia, we have the funniest angry face, Betty. She doesn't even look angry. She looks like she's crying. But she seems upset. Got pissed. Also, answer me this, my friend. How are you supposed to kill at least 4 different people that are very good with magic and one other who is very good hand-to-hand combat? Swordsmanship and all that stuff. Oh. Well, looks like someone beat him to it. Oh, or maybe she'll offed herself so she didn't have to off him. Could be. Well, see, funny part about that, I'm imagining you're actually about to walk into Julius dead. Well, that's not Julius, that's actually Ram. On Rem's chair. And Rem's missing. Oh, did something possess Rem? Oh, okay, no, it makes sense why the title of the episode is Who Are You? Right, okay. And it looks like Amelia was trying to get upstairs before, she got taken down, so maybe she was trying to seek Reed for refuge after whatever happened. So, okay, the strongest possibility that for some reason I didn't consider before is Rem getting possessed by something. Though the question of that, therein lies, what? Dragon's not trying to play. Dragon's just keeping you company. In case some bullshit goes down, because it's seen everything that just happened, probably. Unless Patresh got taken over. He just stabbed the dragon, and he's bitching at it. I don't even know if Patresh can understand a lot of English, or whatever language they speak. But, it's looking at him with the same amount of love as an animal has for its owner in general. He just heard it, and it's still just looking at him with such devotion. I feel bad for Patresh, I do. And obviously I'm against any form of animal abuse, so that's just uncool, man. But, he's losing it, and he thinks that when really they're all here because, he had that kind of idea and it was told to him by Anna, and they're all there for their own issue. This is just another mind game level bullshit that's happening, and it's very uncool. Now, do I think he'll snap and go more rampant at Patresh? It's possible, and it'd be very depressing to see. Do I think there's another possibility, and whatever took out the other 4 so far are going to take them out? Yes. Now, is the thing that already did that Amelia or Beatrice, or is it a possessed Rem? These are things we don't know yet. While he's being a little bitch, Patricia should just walk back to the green room. I'm sure even a dragon can be smart enough to know that if it walks back there, it'll heal. Okay, that just about broke my heart. Patrish went back over to him and was about to, give him some love and lick his face or something, probably, and then that happened. That just broke my heart. Yeah, Patricia was not trying to hurt you. She wanted to save you from whatever that was. Because Patrish, like everybody else, does not know that if you die, it's actually for the best. Oh, so just being hit by that miasma cuts and injures anything it touches? Yikes. So is it similar to the miasma that was down in the, caverns where he just was? Or is it a bit different than that? So the whole tower sounds like it's going to go down. There are footsteps approaching him. So timestamp yourselves and make your guesses in the comment section down below. Hey, I was right! Because that is a blue set of bangs. And, only one person kind of fits that bill. So, better question again. Who's possessing Rem? maybe it is gluttony. Because, like, gluttony is the one that took her memories, so maybe they put a little bit of themselves into REM. Though, also, maybe whoever and whatever it is catching on to what Subaru can do. That's not good either. See, now on this attempt that he's being woken up and everyone's alive, yes, he only has two, maybe, obviously, three potential candidates of who it could be doing all this. But how is he going to tell everyone what happened? Like, he didn't track down Amelia and Betty last time, so he still has them under suspicion. And has no reason to believe that Rem, like, just suddenly got up and started doing things. But maybe he'd remember that while Ram was laying there dead, Rem was not in her wheelchair. He was just outright about to throttle her. And he probably, like, just as soon as she said his name, was like, what am I doing? I don't even have confirmation if it's them. Goes right up to Patricia and ignores them. Like, if they had any clue what was going on, they'd be, like, understanding, but not even knowing about the amnesia thing yet. They are so confused. I mean, Amelia doesn't seem like she cares, like, just happy he's up and walking around, but... Which, actually, what Betty just said is totally a thing that he should keep in mind. If they're the ones that killed him the last 3 times now, why would they have even brought him back here in the first place after he got struck with amnesia? Wouldn't they have just offed him then when they found him in the library? Or at least attempted to? And honestly, with the way she's being, like, the level of affectionate she is with him, you'd think that'd kick him in the teeth and let him remember who he was. Or who they are, I guess. So, like, obviously the most possibility is what I had said moments ago, of somehow gluttony left a piece of themselves in REM, which, not impossible. We've seen that kind of thing happen in anime before. Take the original Yu-Gi-Oh! For example. Bakura Ryu was able to put himself in not just the Millennium Puzzle, but, like, other things as well to fuck with people mentally. So maybe it's something like that. But he can also they can also possess, Rem in this case, to do the murder. And this is one of those times I will say the they them situation, because I do not remember what gluttony is, genuinely. I think it's kind of like envy, where it's androgynous but supposed to be a man, but I'm not sure. It's good that he can recognize voices, though, because that'll be a process of elimination. And if he's smart, he'll look at the unconscious girl. However, there's a bit of an issue with that. How is he going to get Rem separate from everyone else to try and discuss things with whatever it is? Yeah, even the way he saw Shala's body, that she was, like, maimed or fucked up, basically. Like, she definitely had it the worst out of everybody, the way she got destroyed. And that miasma was probably behind it, but was it? A lot of questions going on right now that I hope get answered before I get caught up. Because if the answers aren't answered by the time I get fully caught up, which is within a few episodes, I'll be pissed. That's not what he was asking, but thank you. Julius senses something in him. Yeah, not just because of the echidna thing. Julius is sus. That's the point I was trying to get to before douchebag Meow Meow was trying to do her thing. Anyway, I guess since I had it paused, I will mention something about this situation, that maybe Subaru is trying to, like, get a recollection of whatever their conversation was the previous night, aside the whole echidna thing. So he's going to misunderstand the secret between him as echidna as something that, like, might put his life in jeopardy, which is not true. Maybe. Was this the favor that he asked of her, or did she just do that of her own volition? Listen, I'm just gonna say, did they, like, backtrack Amelia's design for this season just to give more buoyancy to Shala? Because I feel like they don't have to work as hard with anybody else because they're working double time with her and all her slight adjustments and movements. Because the only bounce we saw of anybody else was when Amelia got hit by the chopsticks. And I feel like they lost the plot with this whole amnesia thing because, like, they still had to deal with Reed. So, like, yeah, that's kind of like driving away from the plot a little bit more. Like, the plot of the whole show is very confusing as it is, but they went from wanting to find her to finding answers without her because she knew nothing anyway, to traveling up the pathways, and now they just swerved off course. Damn, lost his memories and he still is not going to reciprocate her feelings. Crazy. I should ask the dragon, because that'll go somewhere. I... Yeah, no, wait, actually, Melee. I mean, I don't think he'd trust Melee enough to ask her to translate for Patrash, but maybe? Well, for good or bad reasoning, she's devoted. But that's a statement I will not open any conversations about because we know we know how that looks. And then he hugged her anyway just because he was confused about what makes his own existence worth her devotion. But I guess doing this will distract her from the fact that he's not Flugel. Meanwhile, she's taking it a bit too excessively. Also, where the fuck did the lipstick come from? Think about what you just said, bro. If the way they all acted was phony, what are you supposed to believe? And who's the one that hasn't been able to say or do anything the whole time? That could be acting phony. Meanwhile, Bailey just coming out fucking nowhere. Okay, that was weird what she just did when she went to go lean in. She totally licked her lips. That was strange. But perhaps she knows something about what's going on. Hey, yo, what do you mean by that? Oh, that just happened again to him. So maybe the blue locked one that's having the issue is her, not Rem. But they seemed a bit lighter and more. Yeah. Oh. And then he got pushed forward? Did he get knocked out again? Okay. So. Melee wasn't the one, so it is definitely Rem. Guaranteed 100%, like I thought. However, here's another thing. And I'm going to use this in terms for people that, might know how it works. And, talking just general X-Men example, not any spoilers to anything particular. Does whatever's doing what's happening have powers similar to Jean Grey? To where it can, like, bounce through different people and cause issues? But, like, unlike it just being simple possession, it's a lot worse. Like, maybe every time it bounces from one person to another, that person ends up dead in some way. Okay, so either that's something that just happened to him and he's. Okay, so that actually just validifies what I just said about the thing jumping from person to person and killing whoever it leaves behind. Yeah, no, that seems pretty on track for what's happening. Okay, no, that's not what that was. That's actually kind of funny that graffiti, though. Okay, so, like, I'm not going to go into my whole rant just in case there's something post-credits, but that either adds on to my possession theory or my theory from, a while back about him being an endgame boss of sorts. Alright, so we did narrow down that Rem was probably in charge of the past couple of incidences where he died. But now we have a new possibility to explore. Possession. Because, again, I'm going to use the Jean Grey example for this one. because it's the most relative to current times that people might be able to remember. Minor spoilers, maybe, but also if you know X-Men, you know that's not really a spoiler. But, yeah, like, in the case of her, where she can bounce from person to person, maybe in this case it's kind of like that. But before it jumps hosts, it, like, does what it can to kill whoever it leaves behind. But instead of, offing Subaru first, maybe it's picked up on what he can do. So it instead just left him alive to deal with the consequences of his actions. But that raises another question of, is it gluttony who just like put some of themselves inside of Rem and had been able to like go boom 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 boom, or is it something else entirely, like a future, not a future Subaru thing, or is it really just fucking trolling him? Many questions to be asked, many questions that need answers, and y'all can let me know your opinions in the comment section down below, as I always say, because it's always appreciated to hear your opinions before going into the next one. And I really should start recording more than just one or two shows at a time, because I feel like it's more fun to like give more length between days that I can respond to people's comments than just a 24-hour period, give or take. Let me know your thoughts on that as well as of course about any other shows, movies, etc. I should check out this season, next season, or in general. And of course, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the other channels, ring bells like Facebook, follow Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok, Patreon, Twitch. Subscribe to Patreon and Twitch to get the full visuals and audio of stuff I upload here at the least from Patreon, as well as exclusive content I do on occasion. And Twitch side, well, I'll figure it out once I have a substantial number of people for that. Usually involves like Pokemon claims and stuff like that, but been a while since I've done a playthrough. But I do need to go through all my shiny Pokemon and name them eventually, so. But that all being said, it's been the Blaze King with Kritique. Sound, ta for now. Peace.